Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel for a speed build, but this time it's not going to be any kind of speed build. It's actually going to be the 3x3 challenge created by Springsims here on YouTube. So basically what this challenge consists of is you have to create a house that only has rooms, I believe, of three squares in width and length. It can be whatever. That's how I interpreted it, but for some reason I feel like maybe possibly I might have jacked it up a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure if I messed up. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. For this build, I wanted to kind of ring in the spooky season, I guess you could say, by creating kind of a older, vintagey, kind of darker home. This is very reminiscent of, I think, what is it called? Like Spooky Hollow or something Hollow from The Sims 3. Really reminds me of that. Like a lot. And kind of also reminds me of like a mini goth house or something like that, like from the Goth family. I really love the way that this turned out. The only thing that I'm not really digging is definitely the roof. You can't obviously see that right now, but when I do upload this to the gallery, the roof will be different. It's going to have a much more sleek appearance than whatever I was trying to create here. I was thinking like old, abandoned, haunted house with the, super high peaks in the roof and that sort of thing, but honestly it just didn't play well with the room dimensions or anything quite like that. So from what I also understand, on the outside you can literally do whatever you feel. I didn't hear any restrictions on that, so I just kind of went with it on the landscape and all that stuff, and I had a lot of fun with that as well. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this house in the beginning. I was starting to freak out a little bit when it came to making the rooms and making areas and things like that for the stairs, but it turned out to be, like I said, pretty decent, and I just made like a hallway for the stairs, and I noticed that I needed more rooms for more individualized things. The only area I really do see, there I go with the freaking high peaks. Like, I guess it could work if you knew what you were doing, but I don't know if I said this already. Like I said, probably in a previous recording when I tried to record this the first time, I feel like when I'm speed building, there's like an invisible time clock. Like I'm being timed, because in real life this actually took me like an hour and 20 minutes, believe it or not, but I sped it up so damn fast that it looks like I only got done 16, but that's not true. It was like an hour and 20. So that's actually quite a long time for this little build, for this tiny itsy bitsy house. But like I said, yeah, so I mean, I don't know, it came out pretty decent. The interior I love it. I actually think I would live here. Surprisingly, for the room dimensions and everything that entails, I feel like I did pretty well squeezing everything in there. So this home does have one bedroom and then like an office kind of area. It has 2 bathrooms. The only thing I don't like about the dimensions of this challenge is that you can't put a double bed in the house. So like if you were to have like a couple or something, I think the man would be permanently booted to the couch. I don't know how that works. So we'll have to see how that would fare. But anyway, I just wanted to stick to the rules of the challenge and just try to work with it. I love challenges. I love restrictions when it comes to these certain types of challenges specifically. Maybe not necessarily storytelling challenges or anything like that, but I definitely do enjoy it quite thoroughly when it comes to building and stuff like that, because it makes it a challenge. Like, instead of just being able to create literally whatever you want, you have to keep in mind every little detail. So I think we're just kind of going on to the foundation and the outside of the house. Like I said, I did have kind of like a darker palette in mind. In the inside, I feel like that is very apparent throughout the house. Sometimes at least I used to struggle with keeping the theme consistent throughout the house. And by no means is this home perfect. I mean, the story behind the house originally is that this is a house that's been passed on for generations and generations. And depending on whether I have an intro or not, I'm not sure if I'm doing an intro or not, but I think I might. This house has been in many people's families for forever, but nobody ever stays. Nobody ever lives here long enough to make any improvements on the house or, really thoroughly enjoy what the home has to offer. In many sense, the house is almost like an abandoned haunted house because for whatever reason, the Sims who reside here like I said, they never stay long enough to really make anything of it. So that is something I wanted to kind of also pay homage to, is the fact that this is a very lonely, sad house. And I feel like even with Sims, and you know how they have personalities and things of that sort, I do feel like homes have personalities. I mean, they're not people or anything, they don't have feelings, but I do feel like homes, they have stories they could tell too, they could speak. So I don't know. I think this home kind of, I don't know, it does speak to me like that. It speaks to me like it's a very sad, lonely house. But that's okay. Putting windows in and stuff like that, that's kind of a little bit of a challenge. I definitely wanted to add in as many windows as I possibly could because of the small spaces to be had. And I feel like there is just so much light that comes into the house. But it immediately gets kind of casted out when I start adding in the dark woods and the dark paneling and walls and things of that sort. Like I said, I wanted everything to be very, very dark. I love the wallpapers that I've chosen. I really, 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 really do. I started a little bit in the kitchen. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add like a black back splash to the back of the damn kitchen on that, but I ended up adding some stone there, and then I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I don't know what the hell to put in here. Okay, there we go. We went with that. And for the bathrooms and stuff, I always keep my bathrooms consistent. I don't know. I feel like bathrooms usually in homes look the same. The same all the way through. I don't really know. I mean, maybe the decorations are different, but I feel like there's not that many decorations in The Sims 4. I wish you were able to decorate like different things like shower curtains and like to have like toilet rugs and things like you would normally have in a bathroom. I don't know. That's what I feel anyways. And I feel like there's not much of that. So like most of the bathrooms are like stock or whatever, like you're just moving in. It's kind of frustrating. So, all right, what are we doing now? What are we doing? I have to do 16 minutes of talking. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you planning on being for Halloween? I know if you may be older or something, you're probably not going trick-or-treating. If you have kids, what are your kids going to be for Halloween? Or if maybe you're going to a Halloween party. What are you going to do? You going to be a party pooper? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to dress up like? I don't know. Me personally, if I was to dress up this Halloween, I would probably be a vampire. So cliche, right? Reason why is because I got those contacts. And they make me look like a zombie. And then I bought spirit gum for my wigs, and I damn near freaking ripped my eyebrows off. I don't know how the hell I got it in my eyebrows, but I did. And, that or an egghead, because they don't got no eyebrows. And I could like make a thing out of foam. I don't know, Jennifer, what are you? I would probably be a zombie, and I would be, or a vampire zombie. That'd be confusing. Like I bit myself. And then I ate myself. That's weird. That's like cannibalism. Ugh, this is getting creepy. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna. That's like literally my thought process. I don't know what the hell. I just scared myself, and I'm like home alone, and it's like so early in the morning, and it's dark, and this house is creepy. Damn, I get scared easy sometimes. So, anyways, as you can see, we're just kind of decorating the baño. Now, I did learn. Okay, rugs are resizable, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Have you ever gone into like? Have you ever gotten into like build mode and you're like, oh, this rug would be beautiful if I could size it up? Like some of the rugs are so teensy weensy, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with that? But if I could size it up, I could do a lot. You know what I mean? Now, I guess with the recent update, you get the jealous trait, which hell to the yes. That I never even knew I needed something like that until I had it. And the rugs are resizable, guys, using the little bracket things on your keyboard. Shift bracket, left and right bracket. I think left bracket makes it smaller, right bracket makes it bigger. And you have to press shift. And then, so that's just like opens a world of possibilities. But check out that kitchen now. Actually, considering that's so small in size, it looks pretty damn good. My one thing I did forget, and I'm noticing this now, rather than later, is I forgot a place to eat. I guess you could go outside and eat. Because I do have like patio furniture and that kind of stuff outside. So if you needed to, like, you know, go outside and eat, that sucks. Seasons comes, it's going to be an issue. You might need some renovations on this house. But anyway, this is the hardest freaking part. I don't know what the hell I was supposed to do with this, but this living room is as long as, like, one of those big old ballpark hot dogs. And the worst thing ever, and the worst possible situation ever, is the fact that it's so awkwardly angled I can't fit anything in here. Calm down, girlfriend. Anybody else get reminded of Sims 1 with this wallpaper in the goth house? Anybody? No, me? Oh gosh, I used to be so afraid of the goth house. Like, my family, or my mom, she used to work at night, and so I would be left alone. I was like old enough to be left alone. And I remember she got me the Sims 1. And I would literally dread, because I loved the goth house. I love playing the goth family. I would literally dread when it would become nighttime, because they would have all the tombstones, and like I'd be home at night by myself, and then all of a sudden you hear the eerie music. And I lived in an apartment that was kind of on a hill down in a corner next to a river. It was freaking scary. Then you'd hear like that really scary ghost music playing, and you're by yourself and you can hear the ghosts. And talk about freaking yourself out. That was scary. I'm not even freaking kidding you. Like, super duper scary. I need to tell you guys the time I did actually see a ghost at my sister's house on my second channel. No joke. I was 13 years old. I saw a ghost. I don't care what you say. My sister lives right across from a morgue. Okay? And in a town that has a lot of history with spirits and things like that. I'm kidding you not, 13 years old, I saw a ghost. It's the only time I ever seen one, and the last time I'd ever want to. Thank you very much. But I definitely will tell you guys that story, especially because it's Halloween and stuff like that. I'll tell you on my second channel if you guys are interested. It's not a very long story, but it's still a very scary story, and whew, gives me chills just thinking about it. But anyways, here we are creating the study. I play around a lot with like drapes and things, trying to add as much as I possibly can without overcrowding it. Now, I was hating my life, and I swear sometimes Jen just makes things more difficult for herself than she really truly needs to. If I would have just moved the damn door, like the first 2 seconds, I realized, hey Jen, you're not gonna be able to fit a bathtub and like everything you need to fit with the setup that you got currently going on, my life would be easier. But eventually Jennifer gets it. It might have been a good 5 minutes in real life, but I got it, and everything came out quite nice. Like I said, I kept this house very simple and very just kind of casual sort of deal. Not casual, but just very, like I said, very not barren, but like not really super duper decked out or stylized, because again, not a lot of people lived here. I mean, they have a lot of people have lived here, but not for a very long time to really make it a personal, make it a reflection of their personal taste. So for the room, the only bedroom, I put a bed in here, and I obviously, what do you do in the bedroom, Jennifer? You put a bed. Anyways, I put in this bed, okay? This one specifically, which is very vintagey. As you can see, a lot of this stuff in the house is very vintagey. And same with the dresser and stuff like that. And I love the bedroom. I noticed with this challenge, I'm sticking everything on one side of the damn wall. I purposely did actually do the stairs kind of like, I want to say it was a tile or something. I don't know what I did with the stairs specifically, but you could actually put some stuff on the balcony. I just didn't even mess with it. When it comes to doing the backyard, I definitely wanted it to be a reflection of the house. I wanted it to be more inviting than the inside of the house. Now, looks can definitely be deceiving. I'm pretty sure we all know that in the wonderful world of the interwebs. But for this backyard, I wanted it to be a kind of a sanctuary or a getaway from the rest of the house. So I definitely had a lot of room to play with, because this lot is big and the house is not. I loved the hedgework. I loved how it added some color, some character to the rest of the house. And I kind of wanted to add in this long sort of walkway. Then I was going to put like flowers and things of that sort, like kind of down that walkway. But then I thought, like, flowers are happy. This house isn't happy. The house is sad. So I didn't do that, but I did try to like block off the back so people couldn't walk back there, hence why it looks like that. And then you have that little walkway arch thing where you can actually lock it, and so people can't get back there. So I wanted to add trees and things like that. When I think of vintagey, oldie kind of like gothic houses, I think of cypress trees. I think of just darker trees in general. And I liked adding in just these random kind of darker, like trees. What did I add in here? I added this guy, which I thought was really, really fitting. It kind of just spruces up the front yard. And I wanted to add in these black rocks because I've actually never used them before. And I really love how they're placed, what I did with them, and the way that it kind of complements the house. It almost looks like this home is on a bed of rocks. And I kind of like it. I really do like it, actually, like a lot. You could probably play with it more and make them look a little bit nicer. But like I said, I was kind of in a time crunch. And the only real, like, I guess if I had any sort of advice when it comes to building houses is don't forget to paint the terrain. Please. It is my biggest pet peeve. I swear to you, it is my biggest pet peeve when I'm downloading other people's creations and they have no terrain paint. It is like, I don't know, girlfriend, what lawn you live in, but every lawn I've seen, it has texture, it has color, and it's not always the same freaking color palette throughout. Anyway, I think that's about it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build. Yeah. All right, so if you want to go ahead and do this, I challenge you to do it. So, yeah, you're challenged. You can't get out of it. If you would like to submit your creations to me, you can go ahead and do so on Twitter at xurbansimsx. Also, go ahead and check out Springsims' channel. He creates a ton of amazing different types of sim videos, and he is an amazing simmer, which I'm sure you will absolutely adore as much as I do. And with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine. Thank you guys. Bye.